what's been your favourite element of today so far?
Element of today? Well, where's Lucy? I do have a little Wonder Girl somewhere, I don't know if she's here. And she's helped me with an audition, bless her. So I needed a little girl to stand in for me. So I have an audition for Warner Brother World in Abu Dhabi, which is very exciting. And I have to say, she learned her lines in about 5 minutes, which is, she like made me look like a bit of an idiot, to be honest. She outshone me, but yeah, so far, she's been amazing.
Brilliant.
Lucy, where is she? Is she not here?
Lucy.
Yeah.
Can we send someone out to find Lucy?
Yeah.
Where's Lucy? Lucy? No.
This is going to be really bad. The only part of this Wonder Woman panel is, for some strange reason, the host for 5 minutes were just going, Lucy.
No,
Lucy.
Where is Lucy?
Lucy.
Right.
So tell us about your involvement with Wonder Woman.
So, yes, Wonder Woman. It's a funny story, actually. I was on set for the first day in November 2015, and I was an extra. And it's that Selfridges scene where she's looking for an undercover suit, or not suit, like the office attire she's wearing. And I was actually in the toilet with Patty Jenkins, and I'd sort of clocked that it was Wonder Woman, because when you're an extra, you know nothing. They just throw you in, and you don't have any idea what production you're on. You just got to be top secret until the film comes out. So I was in the toilet, and I'd seen Gal in her Wonder Woman attire, and I just thought, she's about 5'10", in this big suit. I'm assuming this is the new Wonder Woman. So I was in the toilet, and I had to ask Patty. I was like, "Is this the new Wonder Woman film?" I'm sorry to ask you. She just looked at me, and she's like, "Wow, you're so cute! Oh my god!" And I was like, "Oh my god!" And I'm just so happy a woman is directing this film. Like, I just want you to know that. You know, I'm nobody. And she looked at me, she's like, "You have that Gal thing going on, girl." And I was like, "Sorry?" She's like, you look at me like Gal. Have you ever doubled before?" "No." "What's a double? I have no idea." "Well, whatever it is, you got it. You know, we got a stand-in at the moment, but, you know, things move around, so I'll keep you in mind." And I just came out the toilet, and I was like, did that just happen? Wake me up! Anyway, so a few months went by, and I was actually studying a management degree at the time, and they kept asking me if I was available for different things, and I kept saying no. And then the agency rang me up, and they're like, "Patty Jenkins really wants you to double for Gal Gadot, so I suggest you say yes, whatever you're doing, kind of like cancel it and get on set." And they tried me out for a stand-in role on the Monday, and it was like in the woods, you know, when they're looking up at the castle. And I was actually crawling around in the mud, and they were like, "Do you know what? If you can do that, you can do anything." So by Wednesday, I was like in the suit, like doubling, and then by the Thursday, I was like doing minor stunts. And luckily, I'm a dancer, so I was quite naturally flexible and athletic. So that is honestly how I got into it, and it's changed my life.
I mean, that's probably the only time a conversation in a toilet
It's going to develop
went
into like a role in a film, I know, right? It's so comical, but...
So what we should take away from this is have multiple conversations every time we go to the toilet.
Honestly, women in the toilet, I don't know what happens in there. Like when you're on a night out, we change the world. And then we come out and then we're like, oh...
I can say that guys in the toilet on a night out is not the same thing.
The most you'll get is like a noise of just, huh?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you're going to get.
Don't do eye contact. No eye contact.
Slightly a bit more awkward.
That's fantastic. So what would you say was the highlight of working on Wonder Woman?
Just seeing it all evolve. I think for me, I've got to give massive credit to Patty Jenkins, because she'd be like, you could just see her vision, and she'd be there really like nitty-gritty involved, you know, like trying different things. And for me, I was just fascinated by her and watching her, how she just created this beautiful vision, and it was incredible to actually witness that, you know. I had to keep pinching myself, because that's why I preferred to stand in, actually, although, you know, stunting and picture doubling is, you know, a better credit, per se. I personally, to watch her stand in, because when I was standing in for Gal, you've got to set, I don't know, a lot of people don't know how the film industry works, but standing, you've got to set up the whole film as if you were her, like the scene, sorry, as if you were her, and then she steps in and she basically does what you do. So you get to speak with her, you get to speak with the main characters, and just watching Patty was just incredible, and Matt, the DOP, they just created this amazing Amazonian crazy world, which was beautiful, and that really came through in the film.
And what was it like being on set, being a multi-million-dollar movie? Did you feel like there was any pressure? Was it very, very sort of a relaxed shoot?
Well, because I literally got thrown in the deep end. I remember getting the call on Sunday, and by Monday I was on set, so I had no time to anticipate anything. And I remember I walked up to the owner of Warner Brothers, and I was like, "Do you know where the toilet is?" I had no idea who anyone is. I know there's lots of toilet references in my time on set, but however,
where's the bathroom?
So for me, I just didn't even have time to process it. It was just like it just happened, and I was just there. And now I look back on it, and I just think, wow, like, I haven't been on a multi-million-pound set like that since, and you can really see the difference. Like, especially when you go from an extra on the set, and that lady with that thing on your hair to Ceri-Ann, would you like a green tea? It's it's definitely a nice step up, and it's crazy.
Did you have a diva moment like, I don't want green tea,
oh, gosh.
I'm an Earl Grey girl?
Never. Maybe a few towards the end.
And was there any particular moment during the shoot that stands out for you, like one of the many fantastic set pieces or a dialogue-driven scene? Not just part of yourself, but like any part of that movie that just really stood out for you?
Actually, this bit got cut from the scene. You know Dr. Poison?
Yes.
Yeah, the bit we actually set up was we were going to kill her. Wonder Woman was actually going to, and that was the doubling bit that I was doing. And then Patty obviously decided against it. Just in case they decided to, but that's the moment where Wonder Woman has that realisation. But Dr. Poison, her acting was phenomenal. It was inspiring. Every time she did it, it was like she just switched it on, and you really thought she was getting killed. It was just for me, and I'd say she's not the biggest actress in the world, and to see her just come alive like that for me, because she was doing it to me. So really watching her, it's just that for me. I don't know why, but that was my stand-up moment. Just watching her do it about you're doing the same thing about 20 times per different angle and shot, and every single time it got better and better and better, and I just remember being blown away by her performance, and it's such a shame that scene did get cut because she was amazing.
Thank God you stressed that at the end, because I was really worried you were going to go, I really felt sorry for Dr. Poison. After that scene, I wanted to go out and kill Germans.
I
wanted to go out and slaughter people. She was amazing. So convincing.
I know, so convincing. It was so embarrassing in the cinema as well, because I was like, Mum, I'll kill her in a minute. And I did it, I was like, right, okay, I'll just kill her.
So, obviously you did the filming, you weren't allowed to say anything.
No.
What was it like watching the movie for the first time?
It was so emotional. It was an emotional roller coaster, to be honest. I was on edge because obviously I was there from day one, not knowing the process that I was obviously going to have. So for me, and it has changed my life in so many ways. For me, watching it was just incredible. And obviously the premiere got cancelled, but I was lucky enough to get an invite to the press screening, and when we watched it, and it was funny because it was a Sunday morning, we had to be really low key because it was just after Ariana Grande, the horrible things that were happening in summer, and actually it's very current, and it was very, that message is still reoccurring to this day, and it's sad because that film was nearly it's coming up to 100 years that it was set in, and the same message is still happening, and actually it was very emotional watching it as a whole. We all just sort of, the bit with the trenches, when she comes up, we all just looked around at each other, and we were just clapping each other like this, like, wow, well done everyone, like this, we've created such a masterpiece here, and that's what I will call it, it's a masterpiece.
I mean, that is like one of the more memorable moments of that movie.
Absolutely.
It's Wonder Woman going through no man's zone in that particular.
And everyone's telling her, don't do it, you're going to die, and she just doesn't listen to them, and because she does what's right. And I think
but you have to notice in that scene, who tells her not to do it? The man. We are just the worst. We really are, especially him. But I did nothing. Exactly, Rick. You did nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You watched us do it.
Yeah.
But no, nowadays you film us.
Yeah, film it. Yeah.
And did it feel like that when you were filming the No Man's Zone? Did it feel
Well, no, because I was in a green screen room, and I don't. So how, like when you're stunt doubling or body doubling, that's what really I was doing more body doubling. You're in a green room with half the amount of people that are on the actual set. You have no idea what you're doing. You're just getting directed by the second director, or the second unit is what they call it, and you just kind of get told what you're doing. So you have no idea. It could be anything, you know. You could be doing anything. I had no idea that it was going to be that scene and that build up, and you have no idea. Even I did a lot of the main scene that I did was with when she defeats Ares, or she's having a chat with him, and she's going round, and you know, he breaks her sword and stuff. That's my hand, just saying. I can't remember. Yeah, you have no idea. So even being on set, you just don't know what it's going to look like, because it's just a tower in a green room, and you have no idea that it's going to be merged. And it's genius what they do. Those sets look nothing like how they've made it look in the movie. It's incredible.
So I'm clearly now down a host because we have shamed Rick out of existence. He's now gone. I know. The power of Wonder Woman. He now ceases to be.
See you later.
Yeah, exactly. Cares about that guy. I am going to open it up to the audience, but I just want to ask one more question before I open it up. It's was any parts of because the next film that come out was Justice League.
Yeah.
Was any parts of that filmed during Wonder Woman? Or
Total crossover. Yeah.
So those was filmed at the same time?
Maybe 2 weeks after.
Wow.
Yeah.
And were you involved in anything?
I did a little bit of Justice League, but I had to go back. I had an injury, I remember.
Oh,
and
yes.
They asked me to audition to stand in, and I think I did one scene because I had uni, and as much as like it was amazing, I was juggling 1,000,001 things at once. But actually, they did use one scene that I did. You know that X-ray bit? I basically picture doubled for that bit. You know when? I don't know, there's this bit with the eyes and they go around like that.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
Sorry, yes!
Yeah, I stood in for that bit, but that's actually all I had to do. So, essentially, yes, I did get involved in Justice League.
You're probably the only person ever just go, guys, I would love to be Wonder Woman, but I got uni in the morning, I've got Scrumpy Drac to drink,
Exactly! What pound pint?
Is there anybody that would like to ask a question? Because I need to get my exercise. Anybody at all? Oh, yeah, good man, sir. Leaving me waiting till the last minute. Good lad. It's now stuck in my head. Okay, what's your question, sir?
Hi there. Just wondering, when you had to do like any of the stunts, how did you get over that psychological barrier of, I'm guessing that was like your first time stunting, so how did you get over that psychological barrier of doing your first stunts?
Yeah, so obviously I'd never been on a film set before, so we had to be very careful with what we did and didn't do, because you have to be on the stunt register, which is a long process, and if you're not on there, you're not essentially insured. So mine were very, very easy, and because like I said, I was a dancer, so I had that like motion of kicking. So, because that is a lot of what I was doing. I didn't go anywhere near the horses. I'm severely allergic to horses, so I was like, I'm not going anywhere near those things. I'll die. And, so yeah, there were so many of us. It's not just me. There's probably about 15 of us in total that all just take. You know, there was girls out in Italy that were doing a lot of the horseback. A lot of girls in the woods near Bournemouth, where Harry Potter was filmed. So they're the horse doubles. There's another hand double. There's so many different aspects. So it's really, really easy. Like when you're being directed by the top people, that psychological barrier, there isn't one. They just tell you exactly what you need to do, exactly where to put your body, and the stuff I wasn't flinging myself on walls. It was very basic stunts and movements. It was more martial arts than anything. So it was good, and stuff that I've already been trained in, luckily, because I think that ultimately got me more work on the film. So yeah, it wasn't a big thing. Like I said, I got thrown in, no audition, just literally like, boom, there you go. See if you can swim, literally. So I just took every day as it came, and like the AD, the assistant director, just said, just listen. If you listen carefully and you just do what you're told, you will be fine. And that's exactly what I did.
I can't believe you actually said the sentence, I threw myself against the wall. You know, the usual stuff. Because that happens on every set. What would you say would have been the most physical or dangerous stunt that you had to do?
Okay, hold on.
break.
So there's this one scene in the tower, and she sort of throws herself and she falls. Can't remember. It's a lot of it is CGI, so it's like dun, 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 you know. And he literally throws me, and we did it in a green screen. And it wasn't that bad.
You're kind of taking the majesty out of this by just saying all those amazing things. Yeah, it was just green screen.
Yeah, it was green screen. Sorry, guys. Ruined the magic. No, we all did it for real.
You were in World War One.
Of course.
You were great.
Yeah, no, the one bit where Aries like pushes me, and I get, you know, it's quite physical, and you got to be really, really careful. But again, like I said, I'm very naturally flexible. Thank God. So yeah, it wasn't nothing for me was a struggle or a challenge, because they wouldn't have put me in a position. And you do get a lot of rehearsal time, so it's like a choreography in the end. It's like honestly like a dance choreography by the end of it.
Well, you see like the behind the scene shot of Gal Gadot training with the sword and the shield. Did you get the same sort of training? It wasn't like you got cast on Saturday, you're on set by Monday, and you're being flung against the wall.
Yeah, I remember they were quite skeptical about giving me the real sword, because they have a sanding sword.
Okay. And
I begged them, please just give me the real sword. I promise I'll be fine. And I was. But yeah, I didn't. A lot of the if you notice, a lot of the combat stuff is right at the beginning.
Yes.
Right at the beginning of the film, where she's training, and the trenches after that, and that a lot was her. You know, most of that was her in the set, because she's martial arts trained herself. It was just actually when she was pregnant, she couldn't do it. So
really?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I know, right?
I'm fighting for two now.
Exactly. So a lot of it was just our motion.
Right.
So there's a lot of things going on that, you know, it's crazy how they put it all together. It's
fantastic. Any other questions from anybody? Oh, the hands going everywhere. I'll be with you in a second, Princess. Literally. I do apologise. I got the wrong rank, Your Majesty. I am so sorry. Yes, do you mind if I get to the Queen first before she has me executed? I'm going to go to the Queen. Yeah, I'm going to go to the Queen first. Excuse me, dude. There we go. Any question?
What's my name again?
You're Queen Amidala.
Thank you. Call me Princess. You were a Wonder Woman, and you were working with Chris.
Yeah.
I was an Outlaw King. I saw Chris, but I didn't speak to him at all, because I thought half the time that was a stunt double. Did you get to speak to Chris at all?
Yeah, I had a few instances with Chris. So one of the stand-in scenes I did, you know when he's shouting, Diana, 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 because they've had a falling out and then they've made up again. So that scene actually, he was looking straight at me, screaming Diana, and I was, you know, having a few heart palpitations, as you do. It's Chris Pine shouting at you. But no, after that, he was like, you know, very, very calm, collected, but he does a lot of yoga on set, so you just know kind of not to get near him when he's doing his yoga and meditation. And he's a very interesting guy, very interesting. Like, it was nice because we had a scene together. If we hadn't had that scene, he's got a million things going on. You know, he's got his personal trainer there. He's got so many people around him, as does Gal, and you know the main actors. It's very hard to interact with them, but when you actually have a scene where you're facing them, and David's lovely, David's amazing. I actually saved David. He fell off the set, and I literally grabbed him when I was coming up. He was like, wow, you really are Wonder Woman, aren't you? But yeah, so I essentially saved David's life. But Chris, yeah, he's a lovely guy.
And a quick follow-up question, is he dreamy?
He is, those eyes.
Oh, the
my
eyes.
gosh. They're like,
I know.
Wow, they're just crazy, and that's what puts you almost don't want to look at them, because they're like, I feel like they're gonna take you to some different world, and it's mad. It should be illegal to be that good looking. 3 women have disappeared off the set of Wonder Woman. They got lost in his eyes. I know, it's the thing. I've heard it happen.
I'm sorry that I had to run away. It's just that Queenie got very upset.
Happy.
She never does, because we all know what happens to her. Anyway, so I believe you had a question?
Well, I did, but it was kind of similar. However, I was just going to ask, what does the future hold for you then? Are you still going back to uni, or are you going to keep doing what you've been doing?
Am I going to carry on? Or, yeah, so I actually graduated last year because we filmed in 2016, so that's nearly 2 years ago now. So I was in the middle of my second year, and I did have some big decisions to make, but I stuck with it. Staying school kids. So I graduated, got my 2-1 somehow. I remember actually being on set, and there was like this thing they were doing, and there was a gunshot, and I was like trying to write my marketing presentation, and they were like, "Do you need earplugs?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right, give me like, thank you," because I had like a presentation the next week. But thankfully, uni was so understanding, and I just sort of blagged it and somehow made it my placement as well, somehow. Which was quite hard when it actually came to physically writing it, because I didn't do anything business at all on there. I literally just was thrown around a set. However, so I finished uni now, and now I've been thrown into the acting world. I've caught the bug, and I can't let it go right now. And as Wonder Woman has just come out, you know, why not? Why not? I think it happened for a reason. I literally got spotted on set, and I tried to say no to it initially, and it kept coming back to me, and I feel like I've really got to channel that, and I love it, you know, so I definitely will go down the acting road.
Awesome. Any other questions from anybody? Anybody new? Going once? Going twice? Right, you're staying on stage. What type of acting would you think you'd like to go for? More screen work, more stage work?
I would love to be screen. I was trained, like as I said, I was a dancer and an actress, and I've been trained. So like basic stuff. I know the world of acting is very complex, and there's lots to learn. But I'd like my face to be on the screen now for sure.
Who doesn't?
But we'll see where it goes. I love theatre as well, and you know, naturally, I've been born onto performance on stage, so definitely, you know, anything that comes my way, really.
Is there any part that you would possibly like to go for? Any particular character? I mean, you played Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Where'd you go from there?
I always get period drama, or which is how I got on Wonder Woman, because it was all 1920s period stuff, or superhero now. That's it. So I go for period drama, superhero, period drama.
You said that like it's a bad thing. That's like the best genre ever.
It's an amazing thing. I'm just very glad, because a lot of women, they get cast as girlfriends or, you know, like supporting. So I think I'm lucky that I am as tall as I am.
Yeah.
And it's come round, because I used to get bullied for being Amazonian. How ironic is that? So now it's my moneymaker.
Bullies, what do they know?
Exactly.
Now you can literally kick their ass with a shield.
Exactly. So, yeah. Thank you.
We do have time for a few more questions, folks. If anybody does have anything they would like to ask, just throw your hand in the air like you just don't care. I am too white to pull off that phrase, but I said it anyway.
And you smashed it.
Did I?
You smashed it.
Yes, I got praised by Wonder Woman.
Next time, don't apologise for saying it. Just own it.
I'm sorry.